Over the past 30 years, the Hopkinton High School athletic program has flourished, producing multiple league championship teams, state championship teams, and amazing athletes. We hope the success continues for years to come. We also hope this event continues to stir up productive nostalgia and fosters school pride. Although the Hall of Fame was founded to honor great athletes of the past, this is in no way intended to diminish the effort of all other athletes, coaches, and supporters. The very essence of high school athletics is based on participation, and although the abilities of others may not have matched those of the inductees, the importance of their participation cannot be overstated.
Coach Burt was a Hopkinton physical education teacher for more than 30 years. He coached basketball and baseball. He started the Hiller soccer team and was the boys' first coach. He ran an annual gymnastics program and introduced the jazz band to Hiller sports. I was going to say basketball, but, we liked it too. And he was a role model and mentor for hundreds of Hopkinton students. For many of us, Coach Burt was a life coach, decades before we knew we needed one.
I've got to realize that all of the things that have happened, I'm just so happy that I was in Hopkinton. And I had some real good players, and I had Roy Davis sitting right there as my assistant for the JV teams. And I remember when I first came, I met with them and they said, "We're no good." I went like this, "You're no good. You're going to be better when I get through with you." And so, we really worked hard. And it was something of a thrill for me to come tonight to see all of you and to see all the others that have been coaches and teachers in the Hopkinton setup.
It was his play on the gridiron that earned him the most recognition. He was the halfback and captain of the undefeated 1947 football team, the second undefeated football team in Hopkinton history. Quoted Coach Welch, "Dave Cross was our high scorer and the team's spark plug. He scored 90 points this season. He had many games with multiple touchdowns, huge punts, and came back from injury to lead the team to a tie against Holden to keep their unbeaten record intact. He was named Class D All-Star following the season. Dave also served as class president his sophomore year and class treasurer during his senior year. After graduation from Hopkinton, he joined the Navy and served in Korea during the Korean conflict. After being discharged from the service, Dave received a degree from Suffolk University. He went on to have a long career at IBM. The season started with five straight wins over Westford, St. Charles, Medway, Westboro, and Weston. But the win over Weston left Coach Welch most frustrated, stating, "Our play fell far below expectations and we barely squeezed out a victory." Captain Cross was injured and thought to be out for the game against the Holden team that was considered to be the toughest opponent all season. During the Holden game, Holden was ahead throughout the game before Cross made his appearance in the third quarter, sparked a 91-yard drive for a touchdown. With 3 minutes left to go in the game, Hall of Famer Dave Whalen started chucking aerials, and a 45-yard pass to Bernie Doherty netted Hopkinton the tie. The Hillers won the next two games against Bourne and Our Ladies of Newton, and going into the Thanksgiving Day game, which was being played in Hopkinton, they were 7-0-1, while Ashland was 7-1.
I think back, and we all do, we all reflect with the books that we develop ourselves, and the pages we turn back, and we do reflections. And when I was invited down here, of course, the pages got turned way back, and I think about why I'm here more than anything else. And I was a gangly, somewhat awkward high school teen with a little bit of a spark for the game of basketball. And there was a coach that entered my life, Coach Ken Burt, and he threw a little bit of gasoline on that spark. And he made it become a passion for me.
Many of you may be old enough to remember Coach Doyle's math class. And on the wall, he had a big clock. And under the big clock, he had a big sign. "Time passes, will you?" I always thought that sign was directed to me. but he could be sure that he ain't shooting like Ricky Brault. He's not going to pass and handle like Terry and Kemmy. He's not going to jump like Ricky Phipps, and he's not going to shake and bake like Ronnie DeMichael. So, rebound, Brock.
Difference. It was quite a long time ago, and I think that it's important for us to understand, as the folks before me have said, we really are building a foundation for our young children. And what we learn from teamwork, from learning to participate as a team, from learning to lead a team, and from learning to just get through as a team sometimes, is really the foundation of who you are and how you live your life. So,
We started out 1 win and 2 losses. But the MIAA, the Mass Committee that runs the tournaments, has started to evolve into what it is today, so we have the entire state into it. But it was broken up into numbers, small versus large, and of course, Hopkinton being in the small. There were 2 teams that went to the Super Bowl from the Tri-Valley. It was Bellingham, one of the teams that beat us, and us.
Yeah, you just summed everything up perfectly. I mean, I want to thank you so much for everybody here. It's truly an honor. I want to thank my coaches, Coach Scanlon, Coach Bliss, Coach King.
And it's really nice to be back in Hopkinton. I live on the Cape now, but this was home to the Grabmeyer family for over 30 years, where my husband Joe and I raised our 3 kids, made friends, shared memories. My Hiller journey started in 2001 after reading a Help Wanted ad in the Hopkinton Crier for a freshman volleyball coach. I saw the ad run over and over, week after week after week, and I finally turned to Joe and I said, maybe I could help them out. They sound desperate. That was the beginning of my coaching career.
I'm grateful that they acknowledge my cross-country career, because I do want to thank Coach Scanlon for saying this isn't the sport for you, but we like having you here.